Okay, so I'm actually stoked about this, though. You guys have to listen to my audio node shit for a second. Hi, welcome in. Hope your night's good. Okay, so it's called audio ducking. And it's using a side chain. So what you do is hopefully we should be able to have the music just always like be able to fill in, and like you guys can listen to the music of the game with me. And then when I talk, it should get the fuck out of the way. This is the goal. So what you do is on your main audio source where all the music is coming in from, you apply a compressor. Okay, so compressor basically applies certain settings to the audio. Once it crosses a certain threshold, it compresses it back down. So it's dynamic. It's adjusting the dynamic envelope. And it's a way to control your audio, so louds don't get too loud, quiets don't get too quiet. It's a way to normalize it. So you apply this compressor to your main audio where the music is coming from, right? But you side chain it, okay? So you're adding this effect to be applied to the main audio, but you're side chaining it, you're connecting it to another source. So you chain it to the microphone, okay? Follow? Our compression is chained to the microphone. This is side chaining. So now all the settings for the compressor are actually connected to my microphone crossing through. And when my microphone crosses that certain threshold, that is when the settings get applied. That's the side chain. But it's applying it not to the microphone settings, to the music settings. Hopefully it makes a much cleaner way, and then our audio can fill in. I have it set to apply like very quickly when the audio comes in, so it gets the fuck out of the way quickly, but then it takes about half a second for it to get back up to normal volume. And so it shouldn't be too jarring. I hope it's okay. Would a gate do the opposite of a compressor? No, okay. Stomp explains audio. Stomp explains compression. This is scary. No, a noise gate is simply adding gates, or adding a gate to your sound with an open and a closed threshold. So the gate is only down on the bottom. There's no application really happening to the top of your audio, the loudest of your louds. It's more just gating any sound. It's, you must be this tall to ride this ride, and that's all noise gate is. And what you said is you want to set when that gate opens. So if you're going up to 15, minus 15 decibels, that's when your gate opens, and anything below that is not going to open the gate. And then that gate is open, all the sound is coming through, all the sound is just coming through, and whatever effects you're applying through is coming through to it. And then your closed threshold on your nose gate is when the gate comes back in. So the gate is simply applying when the audio comes in and when it goes away, and just cutting off the pickup completely. It's not actually doing anything to the audio effect itself. That would be more like your gain and things like that. So now here's another fun thing to remember with audio, is that the effects that you apply are applied in a chain. They're applied in order. So an order of operations is important to keep in mind. Change hat? Fuck. Okay, well, look, we're good. I'll do the Animal Crossing hat since we're playing Animal Crossing. Okay, so your audio also needs to be applied in, effects need to be applied in a chain. So you want to apply your gain first. Basically, you want to boost your audio as high as you want it to be. If you need any extra thing from your normal mic or whatever, you want to get that as loud as you want. Okay, that's your first one. Next in the chain, you want to do a general noise suppression, and that's gonna kind of do its own thing. Like any white noise, stuff in the microphone, it's gonna suppress all that at a low level. Cool. And then so that's 1, 2. after you have those two applied, you want to apply your noise gate. This is where the gate comes in. This is just when do you want your mic to be picking up? When do you want your audio to come in? And you want your closed threshold to be lower than your open threshold. You want it to take a good amount to open, and then you don't want it to close too quickly. You kind of want it to carry off and then close down here. Cool? So we have gain. We have noise suppression. We have noise gate. And after that, you add your compression. And compression is going to be your overall threshold. You want to say how quiet is it going to get, and then how loud is it going to get. And then I don't really understand compression enough off the top of my head to get into really the threshold and ratio and all that. I would have to look it over again. It's one of those things like, you know, like eating with chopsticks. It's something you have to learn about every time you do it. That's what compression is like. And then at the end of all of that chain of everything else, if it's, you know, not all doing the trick, if you want to be safe with everything, you add a limiter at the very end. And a limiter is just a limit at the top. So you're not going over that 0 decibel threshold. In fact, you want to be safe. You want to set it to that -1. And then your audio isn't distorting. It's not getting too loud. No matter what, I could shout really loud. I could go from the top of the lungs and it's not going to get too loud. This is how you normalize audio. And these are, yeah. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Anyways, I was gonna play Animal Crossing, but I actually want to get more coffee. So I'm gonna get more coffee.